Hi, I'm Jimmy Chang, and we're here to talk about how to solve Algebra 2 problems. Now, Algebra 2 picks up where Algebra 1 leaves off, and it's a little more intensive. So we're going to talk about a few types of concepts for which you might be expected to solve an Algebra 2 problem-wise. So one major concept you might be asked to consider and solve would be that of systems of equations. Now, with systems of equations, we're not just talking about two equations necessarily where you are solving them by substitution or elimination, but you might be expected to solve three equations, and where the methodology would more likely than not be elimination. Now, you also will be graphing a lot more. Now, when it comes to graphing, we're not talking about just lines, even though that's very, very important when it comes to slope-intercept, things like that, but you may be asked to graph more advanced shapes such as parabolas, which is the curve, upward curve, or a downward curve. But one of the things that you'll most likely explore in Algebra 2 problem-wise would be the fundamentals involving factoring. And factoring is a very, very important part of not just Algebra 1, but also Algebra 2, and you'll look at the various methods involving factoring, whether it be grouping, greatest common factor, things like that, but you'll be asked to explore the various factoring methods on how to get there, because factoring is used a lot in solving equations. And you'll also be exploring other forms of methods involving quadratics, where quadratics are polynomials involving x squared. You might be talking about completing the square, quadratic formula, as well as solving them by factoring. So I'm Jimmy Chang, and there are some ideas on what you might be expecting when it comes to how to solve Algebra 2 problems.